Well, yes, planes do crash, and in this video, we'll be exploring why they crash. Of course, it's not all the reasons, because there are many reasons why a plane could crash. These are only 10 in this video. So, let's get started. So, the 10 types we'll be talking about in this video are a stall, bird strike, fire, shoot down, CFIT or controlled flight into terrain, collision, overrun, engine failure, fuel exhaustion, and a hijacking. Let's get started with the stall. It's basically when a plane gets too slow because of pilot error or anything else, and it ends up crashing. These two crashed in the water. Air France Flight 447, for example, crashed in the water off the coast of Brazil in 2009, taking the lives of everyone on board. So did AirAsia Flight 8501, who crashed in 2014, equally taking the lives of everyone on board. Next is a bird strike, which is basically when a bird hits the plane or gets in the engine or anything and causes serious damage. For example, here it's Ethiopian Airlines Flight 604. It crashed. I'm not sure. I think some people did survive, but a few people died as well. And here, you probably have heard of it. Even if you're not really an aviation fan, you probably heard of it. The Miracle on the Hudson, or US Airways Flight 1549, in which everyone survived. Next is fire, onboard fire, which is when basically a fire starts in the plane, and I think this one's pretty obvious. I don't really think it needs explaining. So the examples for this one are Air Canada Flight 797, killing half the people on board, and Swiss Air Flight 111, killing everyone on board that crashed into the Atlantic Ocean. Next is a shoot down, which is basically when a plane gets taken down by a missile or something by flying over a war zone or by accident. Like Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 over here was flying over Ukraine in 2014 and got shot down because, I don't know, they thought it was a warplane or something. And there's Iran Air Flight 655 that was shot down by mistake by a US battleship. It was headed to Dubai from Iran. Everyone died on both flights. Next is a controlled flight into terrain, as I said before, or CFIT, which is basically when a plane crashes into terrain under the control of the pilots, except that this one isn't. This one is an accident. It's not on purpose, like a hijacking. So we shouldn't confuse it with a hijacking, because it's really not the same thing. For example, here it's Pakistan International Flight 268 and American Airlines Flight 965 are the examples. Next is a collision. It can be mid-air or on ground, so I just put collision because I didn't want to create an extra subject on for the video. So here we have the Überlingen mid-air collision that happened over the Switzerland-Germany border, taking the lives of everyone in the Bashkirian Airlines plane and the DHL plane. And here we have the worst disaster in aviation history, which is basically when a KLM 747 T-boned a Pan Am 747, taking the lives of 583 people. But there were survivors. There were survivors in the Pan Am plane, so not everyone died, but lots of people died. Next is a runway overrun, which is when a plane lands too fast or too late, but they still touch the ground, and then they pass over the edge of the runway and crash, which is basically TAM 3054 over here. That is still to this day the worst plane crash in Brazil, and taking the lives of 199 people. It crashed into a building after overrunning in Sao Paulo. And this one is TACA Flight 390 with just 5 fatalities. It crashed in Honduras after overrunning because Toncontin Airport was a pretty dangerous one. So it ended up overrunning, unfortunately. Next is an engine failure, which is when the engine stops working for a mechanical reason, not because of a lack of fuel, for a mechanical reason, like the engine, like something gets in the engine, or like it breaks up out of nowhere, or just breaks, like in British Midland Airways flight 92 and United Airlines flight 232. Next is fuel exhaustion, which is when the pilots fly off course something, or there isn't enough fuel in the plane, like in Varig flight 254 that crashed in the Amazon, in United Airlines flight 173, I think it's called like that, I'm not sure, that crashed in Portland because of lack of fuel. Next is a hijacking. I think you saw this one coming, which is Ethiopian Airlines flight 961, which most of the people survived the first impact on the water, but they died later because they were stuck in the plane, drowning because they opened their life jackets too soon. Next is Germanwings flight 9525, which is actually a bit more recent. That was when the first officer that had mental problems or something locked the captain out of the cockpit and deliberately crashed the plane into a mountainside, taking the lives of everybody on board. But anyway, on a happier note, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment and share with anyone who would be interested in this video. And also, I really wanted for you to subscribe, because I wanted to have at least 50 subs before December, because I really want to make this trip report. And I already booked, and I mean, like, I really want to do it, but I would need 50 subs for it. So please like and subscribe, I would love it. And see you in the next video.